Aloha! I'm Eric Anderson, pastor of Church of the Holy Cross, United Church of Christ in Hilo, Hawaii. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about the 6th chapter of Luke's Gospel, at least that portion of it, which opens what Luke called Jesus' Sermon on the Plain. The opening words, in fact, much of the content of the Sermon on the Plain is quite familiar. It closely parallels what we find in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew's Gospel. Both of them open with the Beatitudes. But Luke's version is different. We are more familiar with Matthew's, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." But in Luke, the phrase is, "Blessed are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." In fact, we're so used to Matthew that I hope you'll indulge me. I'll actually read the entire section aloud. "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry now, for you will be filled. Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you and when they exclude you, revile you, and defame you on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for surely your reward is great in heaven, for that is what their ancestors did to the prophets. But woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full now, for you will be hungry. Woe to you who are laughing now, for you will mourn and weep. Woe to you when all speak well of you, for that is what their ancestors did to the false prophets." Matthew's version is more spiritual. Instead of God's blessings being given to those without physical needs, Matthew talks about those blessings going to those with spiritual needs. Luke also quoted Jesus with a series of woes. Not quite curses, but predictions that those who are wealthy will someday lack, that those who are full will someday hunger, and that those who are well spoken of are much like the false prophets of the ages before. So what are we to make of this? First of all, take close note that Jesus, that God, are interested in the physical well-being of humanity. That poverty and hunger are things to be changed. That wealth and comfort are things that may well have to change in order that the poor and the hungry may be filled. Notice also that human feeling is important to Jesus and to God. Those who weep will be comforted. And those who laugh, well, predicting that someone who is laughing will someday weep is not a hard prediction in this world. It's also a warning that the messages of God will not always be well received and may frequently be poorly received, as indeed these messages about the value of wealth versus God's concern for the poor have been astonishingly poorly received over the millennia. Whereas messages that preach easily Those were frequently the messages of the false prophets. We need to take a close look at this world that we live in and realize that we have reversed Jesus' Beatitudes. We value wealth. We revel in comfort. We laugh easily, except for those who don't, except for those who are hungry, except for those who weep because of their tears. And all too often, the voices of those who speak of that condition, they are condemned. And the voices who praise wealth and power are raised up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm curious to hear what you're thinking. Send me an email or leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. From Church of the Holy Cross, UCC in Hilo, Hawaii, that's what I'm thinking. I have a program note this week. There will not be an edition of What I'm Thinking next Monday, February the 14th. I will be on vacation. So I'll be back again on the 21st. Look for us then. Aloha.